Welcome back to the channel, Soap Squad. It is an absolutely gorgeous day to spill some piping hot tea on our favorite messy fashion dynasties. Will Spencer just crossed a massive line, and I am screaming. We are talking about a physical, brutal brawl in the middle of Forrester creations that ends with RJ Forrester nursing bruised ribs and Will getting thrown out on the street. Ridge Forrester is playing judge, jury, and executioner, and Electra is caught right in the dead center of a corporate bloodbath. Hey B&B fans, welcome back. I've got some massive LA drama to unpack today, and trust me, you are going to want to hear every single detail of this explosive spoiler. Before I lose my mind over what Ridge just did, do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button. Join our community so you never miss out on the wildest soap updates. Now, let's get into it. I am looking at these new notes and my jaw is literally on the floor. Electra is about to get completely crushed when the full truth comes out. She is going to find out that she is the absolute center of this toxic, violent conflict between Will Spencer and RJ Forrester. We all knew the tension was boiling over thanks to Ivy Forrester and her manipulative intercepted letter scheme, but I honestly did not expect it to get physical this fast. Will completely loses his temper, hauls off, and punches RJ right in the chest, leaving RJ with severely bruised ribs. I was stunned, completely stunned. But let's be real for a second. Did RJ Forrester not have this coming? I am taking a firm side here, and I am defending Will Spencer to the death. RJ has been acting like an arrogant, entitled vulture ever since Will and Electra hit a rough patch. RJ has been channeling that toxic Massimo Marone energy, swooping in, kissing Electra's hands, and bad-mouthing the Spencer family at every single opportunity. Will is standing there, realizing his entire relationship was derailed by Ivy's psychotic meddling, and instead of RJ backing off, RJ pushes Will's buttons. If you ask me, RJ provoked that punch. I honestly believe Will was pushed to the absolute brink, and RJ got exactly what he was asking for. Of course, because this is Forrester Creations, the nepotism is about to jump out in full force. Electra is going to be horrified. She absolutely hates the violence. She is going to scold Will for losing his cool and acting like a brute. But even though she is furious, Electra does not want Will to lose his job. She knows the context. She knows Ivy caused this entire mess. But does Ridge Forrester care about context? Absolutely not. Ridge is going to swoop in, take one look at his precious son's bruised ribs, and immediately fire Will Spencer. Ridge is going to insist that Will has to go, permanently banning him from the building. I am so sick and tired of Ridge's blatant hypocrisy. Let's look back at the history of this show for just a second. 5-10 years ago, how many times have we seen Thomas Forrester do something completely unhinged and dangerous, only for Ridge to cover it up and protect his son? How many times has Steffi Forrester slapped someone across the face in that very office without a single HR violation? But the second a Spencer throws a punch at a Forrester, Ridge suddenly cares about workplace safety? It is a complete joke. Ridge is using this physical altercation as a convenient excuse to purge the Spencer blood from his company. He is protecting RJ, but he is also making a massive, massive mistake. When Electra confronts Will about the fight, Will is not going to back down. He is going to act like RJ brought it on himself, and honestly, I agree with him. But this leaves Will in a terrible position. He is jobless, he is heartbroken, and he is standing on the outside looking in, while RJ tries to play the wounded victim to win Electra's sympathy. This is classic soap opera manipulation, and I am praying that Electra is smart enough to see through RJ's bruised rib pity party. But here is where the plot twist of the century comes into play. And this is why Sweeps Month is going to be legendary. Will needs a job. And who is waiting in the wings, ready to go to war with the Forresters? Bill Spencer and Katie Logan Spencer. We already know from the latest timeline updates that Katie is launching her own fashion house called Logan. Katie is already trying to poach Hope Logan away from Forrester Creations. So, when Bill and Katie find out that Ridge unceremoniously fired their son, oh, the Spencer retaliation is going to be biblical. Bill Spencer is going to see this as a golden opportunity. He is going to recruit his son immediately. Will is going to join the Logan Fashion House, teaming up with his mother to build an empire that can directly rival Forrester Creations. I am so here for this. Will needs to get out from under Ridge's thumb anyway. Working at Forrester as a Spencer is a losing game. At Logan, Will can be a king. He can channel all that heartbreak and rage into tearing down Ridge and RJ's legacy. But the absolute biggest question on my mind right now, the cliffhanger that is keeping me up at night, is what does Electra do? We know Electra is furious at Will for the punch, but she also loves him. She knows that Ivy and RJ manipulated this entire situation. Will Electra leave Forrester Creations and follow Will to Logan? I think she absolutely might, and I honestly believe she should. Think about the absolute chaos this would cause. Electra is a brilliant young designer. RJ just told her that without Ivy and Quinn, she would have nothing, but we know Electra has raw talent. If Electra defects to Logan out of love for Will, it would be the ultimate betrayal to the Forrester family. Steffi Forrester Finnegan would literally blow her top. Steffi is already dealing with Brooke making a seductive play for the co-CEO chair. Steffi is already dealing with the fallout of Ivy's letter scheme. If Steffi loses her rising star designer to Katie's rival company, Forrester Creations is going to be in a full-blown crisis. I want to see Electra march right into the CEO office, look Ridge and Steffi dead in the eye, and quit. I want her to tell them that their toxic family dynamics and their protection of RJ's manipulative behavior is exactly why she is leaving. Can you imagine the look on RJ's face when he realizes that getting Will fired actually pushed Electra right into Will's arms? RJ thinks he won the battle by getting Will kicked out, but he is about to lose the entire war. Let's talk about the chemistry here too. The actors are playing this beautifully. Linnea Grace is giving Electra so much depth. She is torn between her career, her family loyalty to Ivy, and her genuine connection with Will. But if she stays at Forrester, she is basically rewarding RJ for being a snake. RJ is using his grandfather Massimo Marone's dirty tactics. He is pretending to be the sweet, supportive guy, but he is actively trying to destroy Will's life. Electra has to see that. If she stays at Forrester, she is going to be trapped in RJ's web. And what about the Logan Fashion House? Katie needs a lead designer. Hope is currently refusing to leave Forrester because she wants Brooke to take Steffi's job. So Katie has an empty design chair just waiting for a prodigy. Electra moving to Logan would instantly legitimize Katie's new company. It would give Will and Electra a chance to work side by side, away from the toxic meddling of Ivy and Ridge. It is the perfect setup for a massive corporate rivalry that we haven't seen since the golden days of Spectra Fashions taking on Forrester. And we cannot talk about this explosive situation without bringing up the absolute menace that started it all, Ivy Forrester. Let's not forget that Ivy is currently fighting for her own professional life. Steffi is heavily contemplating firing Ivy after Electra threatened to quit. But if Ridge fires Will and Electra quits anyway to go to Logan, what happens to Ivy? I think Steffi is going to absolutely lose her mind. Steffi has a bitter, toxic history with Ivy involving blackmail and physical altercations. If Steffi realizes that Ivy's psychotic meddling not only caused a physical brawl in her office, but also cost them their lead designer, Steffi will throw Ivy out onto the pavement herself. Ivy thought she was playing a brilliant game of chess by hiding that letter, but she actually lit a match and burned her own career to the ground. I have zero sympathy for Ivy. None. She manipulated her own niece, she destroyed a relationship, and now the entire company is paying the price. And let's take a deep dive into Bill Spencer's mindset right now. Dollar Bill has always been fiercely protective of his sons, even when he is being a terrible father himself. When Bill hears that Rouge Forrester, his ultimate rival, the man he has fought with over Brooke for decades, had the audacity to fire his boy, Bill is going to see red. Bill isn't just going to offer Will a job, he is going to offer him an empire. Bill will likely pour millions of dollars into Katie's Logan fashion house just to ensure it has the capital to crush Forrester Creations. This is no longer just a messy teenage love triangle, this is a full-blown corporate war fueled by decades of family hatred. Will is going to be the face of the Spencer retaliation, and I am literally counting down the days until we see that smug look wiped right off RJ's bruised face. Let's also look at how this impacts the Logan sisters. We know Donna is already panicking about Katie trying to poach Hope. Donna warned Katie that going after Hope would ignite a massive family feud with Brooke. But if Katie pivots and snatches Electra instead, Brooke might actually be thrilled. Brooke hates the Spencers, but she also wants to protect Hope's line. If Electra goes to Logan, it takes the pressure off Hope. But it also means Katie is building a legitimate threat to Forrester Creations right when Brooke is trying to steal the co-CEO seat from Steffi. The corporate chessboard is moving so fast right now, and Electra is the most powerful pawn in the game. I honestly believe the writers are setting up a massive showdown for Sweeps Month. You have Sheila Carter plotting in the shadows against Taylor and Deacon. You have Brooke using her seductive wiles on Ridge to overthrow Steffi. And now you have the younger generation literally coming to blows in the design room. The parallels between the older generation and the younger generation are stunning. RJ and Will are fighting over Electra exactly the same way Ridge and Bill used to fight over Brooke. History is repeating itself, but this time, the Spencers have the upper hand if they play their cards right. Will Spencer needs to stop apologizing. He needs to own that punch. RJ deserved it, and I will die on that hill. Will needs to walk into his mother's new company, put on a custom Spencer suit, and declare absolute war on Forrester Creations. And Electra needs to realize that true love is... She needs to pack up her pencils, grab Will's hand, and walk out of those double doors forever. All right, Soap Squad, I have talked myself into a complete frenzy, and now I need to hear from you. Do you think Electra should ditch Forrester Creations and jump ship to Logan Fashion out of love for Will? Or do you think RJ's bruised ribs will manipulate her into staying? Drop your wildest predictions in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this rant, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our daily B&B breakdowns. Until next time, stay glamorous and stay dramatic.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.